Manson Gibson. What national anthem? Christopher Cronus proudly presents for the vacant kick light heavyweight championship of the world. 12-round limit, 79.3 kilos the limit. Occupying the blue corner from Chicago, Illinois. He's a Kung Fu specialist in kickboxing, a classical record, 46 bouts, 46 win, 35 by knockout. With Edgar Catucci in the corner, at 30 years of age, scaling 75.8 kilos, manfully manifesting mayhem, Manson Howard, the Master Blaster Gibson. Occupying the red corner with Paul Fifield from the South Melbourne Gymnasium in the corner. 25 years of age. He's won 15 of 16 bouts, 12 by knockout. Wearing red trunks with red piping. His pin-up sportsman, marvellous Marvin Hagler, scaling 78.43 kilos. Recently sparring with Virgil Hill. Tormenting and tantalizing Tessos, the Terminator The sound man, Mr. Billy Wright. Referee, Nick Hennessy.
His record is something to really have a second look at.
33 knockouts.
The first round.
Oh, a nice spinning back kick there from Manson. Oh, he's definitely going into this. Tosca not taking that line down. He's going to get right back in there. And side kicks coming from Manson. Interesting.
Well, Tosca's not to be outdone.
Manson getting attempting a spinning heel kick. Tosca just bars right in, just going down the mat. Well, both fighters definitely want to show who's going to dominate the center of the ring there. Spinning back fist from Manson Gibson there. Then they're scored on Tosca.
You wouldn't believe it's the first round, would you?
I know. Boy, he likes that spinning back kick. Doesn't he? A heel kick. Well, you notice a lot of the grappling, of course. Manson apparently is a shoot boxing middleweight world champion, which is kind of like a combination of boxing and wrestling. You're allowed to actually grapple and take the person down.
And I believe he's done a bit of Thai boxing as well, so his record's very, varied.
Very varied.
Keeping the back.
Oh, a spinning back twist then scored then on Tarsus.
That's two of them he's used already.
That's twice now he's hit him.
You can really see that Kung Fu style coming out in him. I mean, everything's a spin, isn't it?
It's interesting. He's only about one of two other champions, I think. Donnie Wilson, of course, being the most famous, coming from a Kung Fu background.
I know it's early doors, Bob, but as I said before...
There's that spinning back fist once again, spotting for the third time. Tarsus went in to score with a leg kick, but...
In relation to his light framing of the legs, would you be working on them? Well, he can't get in because the way Manson's fighting, it's really making it hard for Tosca to get in. When he comes in, they come into that grapple. Well, this is something unusual I've never seen before.
Very unusual. Tosca with a slight cut now on his right cheek. This is, as Bob said, only the first round.
End of round one, what a sensation.
Yeah.
Well, once again, it's an unorthodox approach. Manson, I mean, Tosca's going in for the leg kick, dropping his hands just a little bit, and Manson spinning with that spinning back fist.
He certainly
scored three times.
Down. It reminds me of Dennis Alexio when he came in 1983. He really made that spinning back fist applicable, but not many fighters do make it work. This is the...
And I've never seen somebody throw like 3 or 4 spinning heel kicks in a row in the beginning of the kickboxing match. Yes, I mean, it used to be in the PKA days, but not in the leg kicking days. Well, I think Tosca's is going to settle down. I mean, tremendous sort of faith in Tosca's Petridis ability here.
I can't see somebody having the fitness to continue that for 12 rounds. This is going to be interesting if Manson has got the superb fitness that he could keep fighting like that for 12 rounds. Referee coming over, having a look at the cut on Tosca Petridis' right.
Yeah, Paul Fifield, of course, doing a good job just patching it up. It's only a very minor one,
cheek,
but
yeah.
As you say, being the first round, there's plenty of time for it to open up.
Oh boy, can we put up with 12 rounds of this? 11 to go.
Mick Hannafy, referee.
Manson wants to get it on.
Oh, a little bit low. Heard that one crack. Obviously, a need for a good groin protector. Manson's not worried about it. Passes again, going for that right leg kick. Oh, Manson again.
He's going to be open to that, Bob, isn't he? Just the same. Back again.
So many spinning techniques is what's opening it groin up to those shots.
And Tosca, obviously not going for that on purpose, that's for sure. There's no intent there. Getting a warning now from the referee in the canopy. Tosca Petridis. Oh, Manson just hit Tosca with a beautiful spinning heel kick, going him right flush on the chin.
Okay.
Tosca is all right, but boy, that was
Beautiful.
That was some
Beautiful
kick.
to watch.
Very unorthodox style from Gibson.
Very hard for Tosca to sort of get anything going, isn't it?
Yeah. That was a nice spinning heel kick. There's that spinning back twist again, scored on Tosca again. I think Tosca's just got to work him out, Bob, and work out how to counter that.
I'd like to have a look at that eye of Tosca. That's opened up now.
It's not the cheekbone, it's the eye as well now.
Yes, caught him in the eye, and he nearly got a left head kick as well.
That's that spinning backhand, Richard, that you're talking about, that's doing the damage.
It certainly is. There's that spinning back twist again. Passes every time he goes for that leg kick. Manson counters with that spinning back twist.
The pity Tarsus doesn't do a double forearm bridge because...
Spinning hit back kick for Tarsus right in the chest. Oh, the cut opening up on Tarsus' eye. Tarsus scoring now with a right leg kick to Manson's leg.
The caginess of Manson pushing him in onto the ropes, shouldering him in there.
Oh, again, just a side kick from... oh, there's that spinning heel kick again towards Tarsus. Always very wobbly on his feet. He's going to get a standing 8 count from the referee. A heel kick. I've never seen anyone use it as effectively as
It's the most unusual kickboxer I've ever seen.
Look at the psych on Manson. He knows it's time. Tarsus very wobbly. It's another one coming up. Oh, end of the round.
Well, I don't think that could have come at a better time for Tosca Petridis. And the crowd here at the Entertainment Centre here in Melbourne have never seen anything like this before.
Well, I've been watching kickboxing for 15, 16 years, and I've never seen anything like this before. I've never seen a guy spin with so many techniques.
Well, the damaging factor, Richard, also is the spinning backhand.
See, a lot of guys don't train for that sort of thing. There's not a lot of kick fighters that use that technique.
No.
And again, so it appears very unorthodox. Tarsus just drops his hand a little bit when he comes to that leg kick, and wham, and it comes.
And I think at the rules meeting when Manson demanded he have the spinning back fist in because he's the champion, Tarsus, along with Paul Falver and all of us, we didn't think it'd be that effective. I had no idea his back fist would be that effective, so we didn't sort of have much concern when he said, well, I want the spinning back fist in, but I can see now why he wanted it.
Why he wanted it's definitely a favourite technique of his.
It's a real clout. And
hopefully Tarsus is going to start to work that out a little bit.
This is perhaps where the name the Master Blaster comes from.
Yeah, well, as we say, 33 KOs, you don't wonder why. Tarsus just start working him out, he'll be okay, but hopefully he can shake that off. It's not a lot of time in the corner there in between rounds to shake off.
Tarsus is just going to have to move in on any of those spin techniques. He's going to have to get in faster, like he did then. That's it, Manson. He's got to move in on those spinning techniques. And he's got a double bridge with his forearms and that spinning back fist. That'll almost put Manson's elbow at the socket. If he can just bridge up with his forearms.
It doubled up with a side kick with the stomach and over the head. Hopefully Tarsus is going to start working it out and he'll use that nice front leg then to offset his balance. There's that spinning back fist again. Almost caught him again with that spinning back fist. This Tarsus scored well with that ducked underneath at that time. Went for that right round kick to the leg and scored with ducked underneath the back fist.
And Manson's put that left leg to the rear. His right leg is stronger than his left looking at it.
Oh, that spinning back. Tarsus at least now trying to start to go underneath it. Hopefully he's going to start to work that out a little bit.
If he just keeps his hands up and stays straight.
Going in with a right rib kick. Scored well, Petridis.
Isn't it an awkward fighter? How can Tosca work out how to get through this guy?
Oh, now a nice inside leg kick then from Tosca Petridis. Scored well on Manson. Maybe we might see a little bit of a turn of events.
When the kick comes up from Manson, you can now start to see Petridis starting to lean back.
Starting to use those leg kicks now, starting to work him out a bit. But Manson tied up. Tarsus anxious to get in now. He's starting to work that out. Once again scoring with that right round kick to Gibson's leg.
Well, powers of concentration from Tarsus at the moment, because you just don't know what's coming from the American.
This must be the hardest fight Tosca's ever had. Trying to work out what's coming at him. They're coming from all angles.
Chance to work up underneath there on the inside of the leg, but it went astray.
As you say, Bob's going to be interesting how Manson Gibson's stamina is. It's starting to look a little bit tired now. I think that was a lot better round for
I tend to agree with you, Richard, a little bit along those lines. To me, Manson Gibson, unless he was having deliberate rest, he started to look a little lethargic.
Well, as Bob called it earlier, I mean, it's one thing to come in like that in the first round, it's whether you can keep that up.
But again, I suppose we look at the blow to the groin, whether or not that's... there's two of them in that first round or second round.
Pretty well protected, though. I don't think it worried him that much.
It sounded like he's wearing a steel cup, the same as Darren Hitchcock and Tosca. They wear steel cups, and if you hit the groin too much, it's going to start hurting your foot because they wear a steel cup rather than a plastic cup.
Well, this world title is a bottler.
Yep. Notice again, Tarsus just starting to duck underneath when he moves in now. He's obviously starting to wise up to that back fist, and Manson and Gibson actually missed with a couple of those on that particular round. So. And that was the telling factor in those last rounds, was that back fist hitting him.
And I see Sakat Pichindi over there saying to keep the gloves over the head and keep the forearms bridged, because that's the tie defense against a spinning back fist. They try and catch the elbow. But whether Tosca can adapt to that or not.
He's a real thinking fighter, that Tosca. He just, it's just pressures his game. So hopefully, there you go, scoring now again with that right round kick to the leg. Whoa! That's in the rules, is it, Rob?
I don't think so. I think there'll be a few words said here.
Bit of a warning there from Mick Hannafy for that particular move.
And
Manson not particularly perturbed about it.
Manson just wants to go.
Oh! Unbelievable spinning back kick again spinning heel kick from Manson Gibson.
Oh, that copy
Caught Tosca right on the chin.
Gibson
Tosca's up, but oh boy, that takes its toll.
Geez, this guy got some skill.
Oh, has he ever? There it goes again. Caught him right on the chin. I tell you what, as I said before, I've never seen anyone use a spinning heel kick as effectively as Gibson.
And he's going to keep at it too.
Tosca grabbing hold of the leg that time. Getting a warning from the referee. Obviously in these rules, not allowed to hold the leg. There he's scoring with a right round kick to Gibson's leg.
He's beautifully poised, isn't he?
Sure is.
Back of the leg. Tarsus got him on the back of the thigh. Not letting it.
Hopefully Tarsus's endurance is going to really make a difference. Well, I don't know.
Oh, big right hand by Manson then, but Tosca's scoring it all right. I think he'd rather
him off, isn't he?
He'd rather wear a right hand in that spinning heel kick.
The eye of Petridis opening up again. And Gibson after him.
Very awkward. Gibson immediately just goes in and claims him, and it makes it hard for Tosca to get some good shots off. Gibson still looking a little bit... Oh, nice left hand then coming in from Gibson. As you were, right hand.
Incredible fighter. He seemed to be in trouble then, didn't he? And he's just come straight at Tarsus.
Straight out with that spinning heel kick.
Well, we're into the fifth round. After the first and halfway through the second, I didn't think we'd be this far. So Tosca Petridis so far has done well.
I can't believe it's a fifth. It seemed like the second.
I was just going to say, I was just about to say, you can always tell an energy fight. You're into the fifth when you think it's the second.
I thought, Rob, you got it wrong, and there you go, you didn't. Well,
once I ran out of fingers, though, that's the end of me, Richard.
Well, I think Manson's going to have to slow down to give Tosca a chance to work out how to get in, because at the moment Tosca's still having problems with all of these spinning from left to right side and that turning side kick that Manson's using.
Yes, he sets it up so obviously and nearly scores with it. And Tosca, of course, not getting a chance to offload some good punches because Gibson, probably because of his grappling, just ties him up.
There's a beautiful round kick over there by Gibson in the blue corner, which caught Tarsus unawares. And to his credit, he bounced straight back up, but it was a beautiful kick. And the Master Blaster keen to get on with it. Round 5 from Australia, Tosca Petridis. Oh!
caught him again, just took it
Top of the gloves. And Petridis has got the hands up high.
Yeah, Tosca's keeping those hands up. Tosca's got to keep him right up there with this guy. So unorthodox, that's the trouble. Tosca just having trouble to work out how to get in.
Manson appears to be resting again.
Oh, nice scoring kick that time. Almost had it. It's just walked right out of the corner.
Keep your hands up, Toss.
Have a look at the cheek of him. Which one do you want me to let go?
Oh, there he is. Tosca going again with that right round kick to Gibson's leg. And again, nearly, starting to lean away a little bit from that spinning back twist that he knew was going to come.
Almost a clash of heads then too.
What's the kick?
Tosca's broken through with a couple of leg kicks this round that may slow Manson a little bit. He's got to slow Manson down. I can order those inside leg kicks. The only hope he's got to slowing Manson down so he can start to kick and get in.
There he goes again, ducking underneath and coming low with that leg kick. Scored a couple of times nicely with that. As long as he keeps low, he's going to have a good chance of avoiding that spinning back fist counter.
Manson's not as dangerous now, you'll notice. He has slowed down about 10%. I mean, he's still awesome, but he slowed down slowly, of course, coming into the fifth round.
Scoring again, Tosca with that leg kick. Oh, see, leaning away now, just out of reach of that spinning back fist.
He's not catching him now.
And as I said, that was the main one that did the damage earlier on. Aside, of course, from that spinning heel kick. Nice front foot counter kicks from Gibson, though. Just using to keep Tosca off balance.
Most unusual style. He's fighting side on to back on.
That spinning back fist.
Yes, but it's not scoring now.
No, it's not. Well, Tosca's getting a little bit clued up to it.
The last 5 spinning back fists, he hasn't scored.
He's either going underneath it or leaning away from it, which is working.
His most effective technique now is that shuffle up side kick.
Interesting to see Gibson put the hand out to touch Tarsus on the back as if to say, hang on, I've got a little bit of respect for you now, young fellow. Well, have we seen all the kits in the bag from the American?
Plus, Manson doesn't look like he's a potential knockout, does he? I don't think he's going to get knocked out tonight, just by the look of the attitude, even if he does slow down.
Round 6.
And Tosca's probably got a few points to make up, a couple of counts, and...
He's got to keep those hands up. Not sure what happened then.
He got caught with that side kick again. I can't believe how effective his side kick is.
Manson just continually moving, make it very hard for Tosca to set him up with one of those nice power leg kicks.
He's such an unusual fighter. I mean, he fights side on to back on.
A little bit. Donnie Wilson again. See, another one. Very much a side on sort of fighter.
He's very similar to Don Wilson, isn't he?
It's very hard to land one on the back of the neck, isn't it?
Oh!
I'll say it again. I think Tosca's weathered the storm, and hopefully he's not too many points behind.
Let's hope so.
But Manson is scoring with some beautiful shots.
Oh, there you go. Nice inside leg kick from Tosca that time.
Round arm of Gibson's has caught Tarsus down that eye.
He just clipped him. Not as solid a hit. Tosca keeping those hands right up opposite his corner. Letting him know for sure that he's got to keep them up and avoid that spinning back fist. Once again, as soon as Tosca gets in, Manson just ties him up.
And Nick Hannafy having his work cut out tonight.
Tosca obviously realizing he's got to get in very quickly to avoid that spinning kick. Leaning away again, which is
Just starting to work it out, isn't he?
Yep, he certainly is.
Well, not just, but he has been.
Manson, of course, didn't get that kick as high, you notice. Whether he's meaning to or not, it seemed like he wasn't getting as much height out of it.
Those legs kick.
Oh, there he is. Tosca scoring nice with a nice right round kick.
Those heavy thigh kicks will pull Manson's kicks down. He'll lose his height.
Well, with all due respect to the colour of Manson's skin, we can't really see what sort of damage has been done. But we can see
a nice round for Tosca.
See across the body of Petridis.
I think Tosca's weathered the storm. I think we'll see some more nice rounds from Tosca. It's going to depend just what the judges have done in the early rounds with some of those beautiful scoring points that Manson was caught getting in.
Can't take it away from him. They were beautiful scores. And the corner people, of course, working on that left leg that time of Manson, so maybe he's copped a couple of nice ones on that leg.
In that round 5, spinning back fists were unsuccessful. Manson, I think Tosca has worked the spinning back fist out, but of course it's something you've got to watch. Because Gibson's so good at pulling it off.
Yeah. Whoa! Yeah.
Well, Tarsus looking for the lead and coming in underneath if he can.
Going with that right foot side kick again,
Right foot
Manson.
side kick. I've
Just
never
keeps
seen
him
it
off
so
balance.
effective.
They use it like a tie, use their front kick, don't they? They offset the balance. Here he goes again. Ooh, barreling overhand left. Right.
Tarsus starting the same tactics of Gibson of boring in, pushing him into the corner. And Petridis bleeding from the nose.
Oh, over the
Underneath
top.
it.
See, Tarsus going right underneath it.
Getting the timing down now.
I think Gibson knows he's in a fight anyway. As I say, he's won enough of them by knockout. It's not going to be so easy this time.
Oh, where are they going to come from?
That's a ton of energy to do a triple spin technique. I've trained boys on double spin. That's the first one I've seen a triple spin.
Made it appear as though he's going to throw that spinning heel kick and then up for the spinning back. Oh, nice right leg kick then from Tosca.
Not a lot of power, though, of Gibson's front on with the arms.
He doesn't have the punching power of Tosca. But he's certainly got a few other techniques in his kit. And he's not allowing Tosca to get in and use punches.
I know. Keeps tying him up.
It's a fighting style where you can't use punches.
Yep, ties him up each time.
How daunting that must be, just looking at a bloke's back.
The daunting part is knowing what he's going to throw and he still hits you with it. With the right hand, the clip Manson on the chin. Well, once again, as you said, Bob, it seems like he really has worked him out and weathered the storm.
It's turned around slightly, hasn't it?
Bottle of a fight on our hands here.
Let's hope Tosca can just keep working that stuff out and getting on top.
Manson, Master Blaster Gibson from the United States of America against Tosca Petridis from Melbourne and Victoria.
Tosca going in after him now, trying to work those legs. Still getting tied up, though.
Gibson seems to have lost the confidence in his spins. He's working on the side kick more now. Because he can't get the spins to work as well as he could in the early rounds. But that side kick's still working beautifully for him.
It is. It's working wonderful. Ooh, nice left round kick then from Gibson. Gibson's still using that front leg counter so effectively.
Taking on the gloves.
Taking on the glove, not working so well for him now.
No, it's slowed down. But that's to be understandable. I mean, the pressure Gibson kept on in those early rounds. Sure, the guy was saying he couldn't keep that up. But his side kick is still his most effective weapon. He doesn't have to appear to have very effective hands at all.
Tosca again's going with that right round kick to Gibson's leg. Just not getting a chance to use his hands, though, is he, Tosca? He's got such good hands. Just getting tied up.
Well, the corner calling for Petridis to push him off and work to the legs. Comes underneath with a good right hand.
Nice right hand from Tosca then, yes. Because Gibson is missing more and more now with the spin
And that
technique.
spinning kick just doesn't come up as high. Except Penny doubled up with a nice front kick around to the
And
head.
this round, Tosca's walking through the side kick. That round, I feel Tosca was saying to bail up and walk through that side kick and bully through it. As effective as it is, Tosca's weathering it much better and crunching on it and just walking into it. But I mean, I myself personally have never seen a fighter like this before with so many spinning combinations in kickboxing that don't normally work.
First for me, too.
I mean, he's got a similar style to Don Wilson, but even more extreme.
Tosca again just trying to move in, close that gap.
It doesn't look like Gibson wants to work hands at all, you know. I mean, he even runs when he has to get what he looks like any hand mix.
On the way in that time. tying him up again.
Nick Hannafy, referee in centre ring, certainly earning his money tonight.
Yep. Oh, there's a wild spinning back fist from Gibson, luckily missing.
But they're becoming wild now. They've got wilder and wilder. He has to score with a back fist to 3 rounds. But he's still got plenty of steam left. I mean, he is a world champion. You can just tell the way he's reserving his energy.
Yep.
I think
still
he's
moving, continually moving. Oh, attempted a spinning back fist from back kick from Tosca and went right over his head.
Well, the height that's come out at, Richard's a good sign.
Yeah, it certainly is. Tosca's still got a lot of steam in him. And he shook those hits off well. Another spinning back kick. Trying to give him some of his own medicine back. Tosca's going with his own side kick that time. River Manson. Oh! Putting down with a leg kick as Manson went for the high spinning heel kick.
There's a bit of a Bill Wallace sidekick and roundhouse kick.
I was going to say, that's the thing. It's very much a Bill Wallace thing. Side on position, scoring with that right side kick.
An incredible fighter, though. On the left leg and then turn around straight away to the right leg with the same kick.
Yep. Oh, nice side kick again on the right leg of Manson. Tosca nearly going in with a left shin kick to Gibson's head. Hard hit, but at least he got there.
This has developed into a great fight as we enter round 10.
Gibson doing a little bit more that time, scoring with those
he was
front leg
round.
side kicks.
Stronger that round than the round before.
How do you see the fight so far, Bob Jones? It's putting a bit of pressure on you. You haven't seen that style of fighting before.
I've never seen it before. And I'm because I'm Australian and, you know, I know Tosca well. I've known him all his martial arts career. Of course, I've got a feeling inside wants Tosca to win tonight.
Of course, but a real gentleman too, Tosca.
I think Gibson has come out with a fight plan. Whether it's not, it's developed that way anyway. He scored a lot of points in the first 5 rounds, and he's just weathering the storm now. But I feel he's not scoring with the back fist. The back fist hasn't scored with anywhere near the pack that had in the first 5 rounds. He's sitting back, kicks the same.
This is the sort of fight that would be an interesting rematch. I mean, the corner knowing now there's the back fist and the spinning heel kick you've got to watch out for. I think that's what's caught Tosca mainly off by surprise. You know,
well, interesting to have a look at Manson getting out of the corner. He bounded out in earlier rounds. Now he's sort of getting up and taking a couple of steps. Is he a little sore? We'll find out
round 10 of a 12-round fight. Whoa!
He's walked into a Tosca, but he's butted up straight away.
Wasn't hitting nearly as hard, though. The steam has gone out of that back fist.
That back fist was a slap that time. Didn't worry Tosca at all.
Oh, there's that front foot side kick. Just scoring all the time.
Those side kicks must be
well, it's hard because Tosca's keeping his hands up worried about the back fist, and then...
he caught him in with a nice right hook. Look at the way Gibson's hanging on.
I think you're right, Bob Jones. If there's going to be any damage done, Tosca's got to do it with his hands.
Oh, that had a bit of speed to it. Luckily, it didn't connect.
2 of them. A lot of encouragement from the audience for Tosca, obviously a hometown favourite. Oh, a nice round right leg kick by Tosca to Gibson.
Gibson's still very light on his feet, though. The amount of damage he has taken off Tosca to the legs.
He's certainly not heavy-footed. Tosca's starting to score, though, much better with those leg kicks. Hopefully that'll take a bit of the bounce out of Manson Gibson's step.
Tosca Petridis from Australia serving it right up to the champion. And the unorthodox style of Manson Gibson is giving the Australians something to think about too.
Petridis definitely on the attack though. Petridis again going with that inside leg kick.
I hear the audience yelling out, go for him, Tosca, that side kick, that's all he's got. But every time Tosca goes for him, he runs into the side kick.
Yeah, the thing is, Bob, if it's not the left one, it's the right one.
End of round 10, 2 more rounds to go. Still a much better round for Tosca.
Well, that's a good one, but it looks like Gibson now is going one on, one off, unless Tosca's just turning around that way. Because Tosca's certainly trying hard enough. He couldn't try any harder.
Round 11 of this title here at the Melbourne Sports and Entertainment Centre.
At this point, Tosca certainly hasn't got a convincing win, so these 2 rounds are very important for him to walk up.
Oh, just caught him with a right hand on the chin. That really knocked Gibson back.
And answers with the left hand.
And Gibson comes back with the left hand of his own.
Certainly coming back, though. He's still very light in his feet. I thought that hit him a nice one, but that was harder than first thought.
He knows full well he's got to keep his distance from Petridis too.
He's going still with those side kicks.
Oh, good left hand from Gibson.
Left hand from Gibson. Tosca smiling.
Well, I'm glad it's him, Bob, and not me.
Tosca almost going with a nice right hand. A little bit short, though. Once again, trying to work those inside leg kicks in the tie-up position.
Yeah, to appreciate the strength of both fighters. I mean, we're here at ringside right underneath them. And 12 rounds of bullocking.
My hat's off to Tosca for shaking off those earlier hits.
Well, he took some early
and to come back like he has here, I think he just got caught with another side kick, just took him right off balance.
No damage, just come off balance. Man, that one's
Gibson's
taken on
still throwing those spinning heel kicks. Tosca just trying to get in a position where he can use his hands, but nothing like a little bit of grappling knowledge, you know, like Gibson's got to just keep him tied up.
I'm surprised Mick Hannafy hasn't been chipping Gibson for the constant holding. I mean, it is him that's doing the clinching.
Yeah, he's definitely clinching.
And I'm not sure with the kick rules, but I think the similarity with the WK is they shouldn't be clinching like that. I'm just not too sure on the kick rules.
Oh, Gibson attempted a spinning back fist. Tosca avoided and hit back with his own straight left.
An equal grab there, but
yeah, Tosca was that time.
A majority of the time Manson Gibson is leading in with that grappling technique, and Mick Hannafy hasn't seemed to do any reprimanding on it. I think Toss was looking strong that round, but I don't know, over 12 rounds. I'm not sure what the judges will be coming in. The scores are coming in after each round. They're being compiled here at ringside by a WKA and a kick official.
Well, the people of Melbourne and Victoria have certainly come tonight to be entertained.
It's the final round coming up.
They sure have.
Well, there's been some upsets here tonight with early knockouts that we thought would be wars, and this one we thought Tosca was going to be an early win for him, but Manson Gibson's a fine champion.
Yeah, he certainly is, isn't he?
Well, you can't come across here, Bob, with the record that he's got and be taken too
I
lightly.
know what it's all about, that's for sure.
The reason I made that statement just earlier is that he is superior to middleweight division.
Nice show of sportsmanship from both fighters.
Well, Manson Gibson, the world champion, Tosca Petridis looking to wrest the crown from him. And he's going to have to go after it.
This is what Tosca's definitely looking to do. Just can't seem to get those hands in.
Well, Gibson plays safe knowing that he's got the points. In a
Oh, nice right round kick from Petridis that time, but bit of a left hook counter from Gibson.
Come on, Tosca. Come on, get off the kick.
Tosca's almost going in with that right hook, but a little bit far away, a bit outstretched.
What's all the work beforehand if he gets there? Work his leg from the outside. Work his leg from the inside. Come on.
Both fighters are so fit. I can't believe they're still doing this in the 12th round.
Tremendous condition. Oh, once again with that side kick from Gibson.
Petridis holding his own. And you can see the American now starting to tire, as is the Australian. And when you look at Gibson's record of the 42 wins, 33 of them by KOs.
Yep.
Tosca Petridis, we take your hat off. We take our hat off to you.
Certainly do. Sterling effort. As I said, I'm more interested in the rematch. It'll be a beauty.
Still coming in.
Not long now to the end of this round.
And the crowd here in Melbourne getting right behind their local hero. And he tries the same, but to no avail. Well, there we are, at the end of the fight, and the Americans both got enough.
Sportsmanship again from both fighters at the end of this fight.
And I'd be very curious to find out what Manson Gibson has to say about Tosca Petridis, because early in this fight, Bob Jones, it looked like as if it would have been an early night.
Well, the first 3 rounds, he was awesome, wasn't he? First 4 to 5 rounds.
Such a courageous and spectacular finale.
What a wonderful fight. This audience have really got their money's worth tonight, Rob.
Well, I think as far as the Australians are concerned, if they may have lost the fight, I think they feel as if they've won it down here. They've gone the 12 rounds.
Yep, can't take that away from him.
Let's go ringside with Howard.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a split decision.
I think the audience must feel that...
Judge June Chan from Australia gives it Petridis 114, Gibson 115. 1 to Manson Gibson. Judge John Pascusi sees it the other way. Gibson 107, Petridis 116. The final judge from Judge Dale Floyd from Canada. Petridis 113, Gibson 117. The new champion, Manson Gibson.
Well, a magnificent exhibition by both fighters. And Christopher Cronus, who's put his heart and soul and money and everything behind promoting the sport of kickboxing here.
Yeah, real credit to him tonight.
On Manson Gibson.
Credit.
And some worried looks in the camp there from Manson Gibson's camp.
I think so, especially that one scorecard there.
Oh, I can't understand that. Sounds like
one
boxing score.
107 to 116.
In this country, all your tricks, new tricks for trade.
Well, I'm glad that I got an opportunity to fight for this belt. I knew that Tassis deserved the opportunity. He was the light heavyweight contender, #1 contender. I knew it would be a very tough fight. He is the greatest fighter I've ever fought.
Well, Tosca Petridis' performance.
Oh, absolutely wonderful. Hats off to him. As I said, it was the unorthodox techniques. I mean, they're used in martial arts, but it's very unorthodox compared to what we normally see in kickboxing. Unless you're continually training to defend against a back fist or even a spinning heel kick, it catches you, and that's what Tosca said. It caught him in the beginning, and I think they just shook him. It's very hard to shake hits like that off for the whole fight, and considering he did shake them off and come back like he did, I think totally hats off to him. Well, wonderful performance.
Richard Norton, thank you very much. Bob Jones, thank you for being part of this magnificent display of kickboxing down here, of course, at the Melbourne Sports and Entertainment Centre. Kickboxing is alive and well here in Victoria, in Australia, and it's here to stay. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Rob.